Part 1. Transitioning from work to wind down. Evening routines don't start with candles or pajamas. They start with a decision to close the workday with intention. For years, I used to just stop working when I was too tired to continue, or when I realized it was already 10 p.m. That left me feeling scattered, restless, and often waking up the next morning already behind. Now, I treat the transition from work to evening as a sacred ritual, the bridge between productivity and peace. Let me walk you through how I close my workday in a way that clears my mind and prepares me for deep rest. 1. End work with a ritual. The first step is knowing when to stop. I've set a hard boundary. My workday ends at 6 p.m. Not because everything is finished, it never is, but because stopping is a skill. I close my laptop. I physically tidy up my workspace. Nothing fancy, just putting away papers, closing tabs, maybe wiping my desk with a cloth. It tells my brain, we're done here. Then I write a 2-minute shutdown log. What I accomplished today. What's still pending. Top priorities for tomorrow. This way, I don't carry unfinished tasks into the evening like mental baggage. 2. Quick body reset. After sitting for hours, my body needs movement. But instead of a full workout, I keep it light and intentional. Some days it's a 10-minute yoga stretch. Other days it's a brisk walk around the block while listening to chill music or silence. I don't aim to sweat, I aim to shift. This physical reset signals to my nervous system that we're entering a new phase, from output to recovery. 3. The outfit shift. Here's something underrated: changing clothes. After the walk or light movement, I put on something ultra comfortable, cozy pants, oversized hoodie, or whatever makes me feel safe and grounded. This isn't just about comfort, it's about shifting identity. I'm no longer the worker, I'm the human winding down. 4. Light dinner, no screens. Dinner is simple, and ideally screen-free. If I eat with someone, we talk. If I'm alone, I'll play calming instrumental music or a podcast I can pause easily. The key is slow, mindful eating. It's not a task to finish. It's part of the slowing down process. Sometimes I light a candle just for this, not because it's fancy, but because it makes the meal intentional. 5. The sunset cue. If I'm lucky enough to catch it, sunset becomes a cue. The world is dimming. You can, too. I'll step outside or just look through a window, breathe slowly for a minute, and mentally say, the day is complete. This moment has no productivity, no goal. It's just permission to be. In this first part of the routine, it's all about creating separation, separating work from life, hustle from rest, doing from being. It's the beginning of closure. And in the next part, I'll show you how I build a peaceful evening environment that helps me fall asleep without stress. Part 2. Building a calming evening environment. Once work is done and the body is relaxed, the second phase of my evening routine begins. Designing a space that calms my mind. This is about atmosphere, the environment you create that either adds to your stress or helps it dissolve. And no, this doesn't require a minimalist apartment, Himalayan salt lamps, or a Pinterest-worthy bedroom. It just needs attention to how your space makes you feel. Let me walk you through how I shape an evening environment that invites rest, not restlessness. 1. Soft lighting signals slow down. One of the biggest game changers in my routine, dimming the lights. Around 8 p.m., I switch off all overhead lighting and rely only on lamps or warm-tone bulbs. This small act has a huge psychological effect. Bright, white light signals alertness. Warm, dim lighting tells your body, we're closing up shop. Sometimes I light a candle or two. It sounds poetic, but it's deeply practical. Your eyes and nervous system crave softness in the evening. 2. Screens off or swapped out. I'll be honest, this one took discipline. I used to scroll late into the night, telling myself I was relaxing, but my brain was buzzing. I'd go to bed full of thoughts and tension I'd absorbed online. Now, I give myself a rule. No blue light after 9:01 p.m. That means no email, no work-related content, and no doom scrolling. Instead, I swap my phone for something analog, a real book, a sketch pad, a notebook where I brain dump thoughts or journal, or sometimes just sitting quietly with tea. This doesn't mean productive hobbies. It means activities that don't demand output, just presence. 3. Clean space, clear mind. I used to ignore small messes in the evening, thinking I'd deal with them tomorrow. But waking up to dishes or clothes on the floor instantly puts your brain in task mode. So now I spend 10 minutes doing a reset tidy, put away stray items, wipe surfaces, prep my space for tomorrow's version of me. I'm not deep cleaning, I'm just removing friction. So tomorrow starts with lightness, not clutter. 4. Soundscapes that soothe. In the background, I often put on ambient sounds, soft jazz, rain, or ocean waves. Something low volume, low intensity. The goal isn't entertainment, it's emotional signal. We're winding down. Sometimes I play binaural beats or delta waves music, which helps slow down my mental frequency, like giving your brain a cue to exhale. 5. A warm beverage without stimulation. This became a ritual I look forward to every night, making a non-caffeinated drink. Usually it's herbal tea, like chamomile, lavender, or lemon balm, warm almond milk with cinnamon, or just hot water with honey and ginger. Holding a warm mug, slowing down to sip. This small act builds intentional pause into my evening. No phone, no multitasking. Just one thing, fully felt. 6. Journaling without pressure. I used to journal with too much expectation, trying to write something profound or consistent. Now, I keep it simple. 3 things I'm grateful for today. 1 moment that felt peaceful or meaningful. 1 intention or hope for tomorrow. Some nights, I write 2 lines. Some nights, I write a page. The point isn't output, it's reflection. And closing the emotional loop of the day. 7. A bed that invites sleep, not scrolling. My final step is prepping the space where the day truly ends. My bed. I fluff pillows, smooth the blanket, turn off all overhead light. Sometimes I spray a bit of lavender mist. Sometimes I stretch on the floor for 2 minutes before getting in. I try to keep my bed a no-work zone. That way, when I lie down, my brain knows, this is where we rest, not think. In this part of the routine, it's all about building a sensory landscape, light, sound, texture, smell, that tells your whole system, you're safe. You can let go now. This isn't about perfection or aesthetics. It's about creating a signal-rich space that leads your body and mind into rest, gently but clearly. And in the next part, I'll show you how I use the final 15-30 minutes before sleep to reset for tomorrow. Not with stress or over-planning, but with clarity. Part 3. Resetting for tomorrow with intention. The final part of my evening routine isn't about doing more. It's about doing just enough to feel clear, calm, and ready to begin again. Not in a rushed way, not in a pressured way, but with intention. Because how you end your day shapes how you begin the next one. This part of my routine is what I call the reset ritual, and it takes no more than 20-30 minutes. It helps me let go of the day just lived and make gentle contact with the day ahead. Here's how it works. 1. A gentle reflection. 5 min. I sit with a notebook, or even just in thought, and ask myself a few simple questions. What went well today? What challenged me? Did I show up the way I wanted? Is there something I need to release? It's not a performance review, it's just an emotional cleanup, so nothing gets dragged into tomorrow. If something is still swirling in my head, I name it. Write it down. Once it's on paper, it has less power over my mind. 2. Tomorrow's top 3. 5 to 10 EMI 9. Then I look ahead. Not to plan everything in detail, but to decide what matters most. I ask, if I only got 3 things done tomorrow, which 3 would make the day feel meaningful? This is where I apply the 3-task method. One main task, a needle-moving priority. One supporting task, something that helps or prepares. One small task, quick, routine, but still worth doing. I write them on a sticky note or in a journal, and that's it. The rest can wait. 3. Close the digital tabs. 3, 5 mean. This part is literal and mental. I close my laptop, physically and metaphorically. Shut down open apps and browser tabs. Clear out anything lingering in my downloads or desktop. Unplug unnecessary devices. If something is unfinished, I leave a note for tomorrow me so I can fully disconnect. Doing this helps me resist the temptation to just check one more thing. It draws a clean line between today's world and tonight's rest. 4. Prepare a soft landing. 5 to 7 mean. The final step is to give future me a small head start. I lay out clothes for the morning, refill my water bottle, and leave it by the bed. Sometimes I prep my coffee or tea setup, put my phone on airplane mode or do not disturb, and dim the lights in the hallway leading to my bedroom. These are not about optimization. They're about removing friction, so tomorrow begins smoothly, not scrambled. 5. A ritual wind down. Final 5 minutes. Just before sleep, I have a personal ritual, something quiet and consistent that tells my nervous system, we're closing. It might be a 2-minute body scan meditation, writing down one thing I'm grateful for, a short stretch on the floor, listening to white noise or calming sound, or just placing a hand on my heart and breathing deeply for 10 slow counts. This is the last signal, not to scroll, not to plan, just to be. Closing thoughts. You don't need to copy my routine. The magic isn't in the exact steps, it's in the intention behind them. Even if all you do is dim the lights, pick 3 tasks for tomorrow, and take 3 deep breaths, you're already doing something powerful. You're teaching your body and mind to close each day with care. Not anxiety, not chaos, but calm. That's how you go to sleep, not just tired, but restored.